Hi, I'm Pavel from Eltex company. Today, maintaining the stable operation of the network is very significant for business. Many services directly depend on this, and the main factor is time. The time it takes to deploy and upgrade the network and the time spent on troubleshooting. Network engineers must promptly identify network problems and quickly eliminate them. However, there are still those who manage the network in the old-fashioned way, and many of the processes associated with it are managed manually. This brings the array of problems. For example, it is difficult to manage a large number of devices in this way. Update them, make backups, examine and fix failures. When the network gets bigger, then the number of similar problems also increases, and the time is working against them. To increase the efficiency of the network infrastructure and simplify working with it, a centralized management tool is needed. In this video, we will look at the ECCM software tool from Eltex. It is a complex system that combines the functions of management, monitoring and inventory of the equipment in the service network. ECCM provides tools that will help to introduce automation into routine processes, to maintain network operability, and thereby solve business problems of various scales with minimal labor and time costs. ECCM has a microservice architecture which allows it to be flexibly scaled and dynamically developed. It can be installed on a separate server using Docker Compose, or run inside the client's existing container orchestrator. The set of functions and supported equipment of the ECCM is expanding with it each new release. At the moment, the available version is 1.7. In the video, we will consider it. The new version of ECCM supports the following Eltex devices. In the upcoming versions, basic support for monitoring equipment from other vendors is planned. ECCM is a single-page web application that is accessed through a browser by connecting to the server on which it is installed. The interface has switchable tabs in relation to the main functions of the system. Let's look at them in more detail. It all starts with detecting the device and adding it to the system. The equipment is added to the system via Devices tab. This can be done both in manual mode, when the administrator fully knows the structure of the network, the IP addresses of devices and models, and in automatic mode, in which devices are detected using the SNMP protocol. To build a network from scratch, the ZTP functionality has been developed with the help of it. You can quickly put new devices into operation, assign IP addresses, update the software versions and apply the desired configuration. After adding such tools for centralized device management like reboot configuration and update option will be available. ECCM allows you to flexibly configure devices and update their firmware. Let's start with the configuration options. Getting configurations from device and saving them into the system storage. Configuration editor, comparison of configurations or different versions and different devices. Application of configurations, device group configuration scheduler, reboot, generation to configuration based off Jinja 2 templates. ECCM provides storage for web-based software. When updating the device, firmware suitable for this model is offered. To launch the update, just make a couple of clicks. To update a large number of devices, a scheduler is used, which allows you to start updating a group of devices in a certain time. It can stop the device update process if error occurs. When the network device fails, it is a real nightmare for any administrator. To quickly detect a problem, a system for monitoring the status of devices and network segments is needed. ECCM has built-in data collection tools that show the operation of devices and network segments in real time. It is displayed in Summary Information, Network Maps, Devices tabs. The tab Summary Information contains general statistics on operation of network devices, which devices are available and which are not. ECCM can show statistics for both individual devices and groups. The ECCM collects and stores device performance metrics, information about CPU usage, occupied memory, the status of interfaces, as well as SLA data provided by devices. The user can access the data graphically on the device page. Administrators do not always know exactly the physical structure of the network. It is often necessary to use third-party applications or tools while operation to understand the network structure. As part of ECCM, we offer a solution for building connectivity maps and visual representation of the networking layout. Network diagrams can be used interactively to display up-to-date device status monitoring data. ECCM builds network maps both manually and automatically, collecting data from devices using the LLDP protocol. Modern networks often have requirements to ensure a high level of connectivity in the physical network and the ability to virtualize the services provided by the network. To solve this problem, the IP fabric architecture is used, dividing the network into physical and logical layers, allowing to standardize the physical topology and provide opportunities for operation with the logical virtual layer of services. The IP fabric configuration and management tools are being developed for a ECCM system which based on EVPN VXLAN technologies within 54 series switches. This functionality will be available in the future versions. The system has flexible settings for managing user access to devices and system functions. Devices are united into groups that have a tree-like structure similar to a file system. Each user is assigned a list of groups with which he can work. Thus, it is possible to mark off user zones only in certain network segments. Privilege system is used to determine the available functions. Each privilege provides a certain set of functions, for example, device configuration management or system user management. Privileges are combined into roles and roles are assigned to users. This way the user gets the scope of work and the role that he can perform. The number of devices of each model that can be serviced is determined by the system license. It is stored in the system and can be updated by a user with the appropriate privilege. Special licenses activate certain functionality such as BGP or a VPN. They are created individually for each device and must be applied to them. To do this, the system has a separate storage and means to check the compliance of licenses and download them to devices. If the device is reset to factory defaults, the license will always be within easy reach. So, we have reviewed the main functions of Eltex ECCM system. The more detailed information about the system and other devices of the company you can see on our website. Thanks for your involvement.